Hey Browns fans, Nathan Zegura here with a game preview edition of the 2-Minute Drill brought to you by University Hospitals. It is the 2022 season finale. The Browns heading to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And while we know for the Browns, unfortunately, this is the final game of the season, they have an opportunity to play spoiler for the second week in a row. The Browns went to Washington a week ago and knocked the Commanders out of the playoffs. And now they have the chance to do that to their hated rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now the Browns looking to win their fourth in the last 5 against the Steelers, but there's much more at stake than just eliminating the Steelers from playoff contention. The Browns are looking for their first season sweep of Pittsburgh since 1988. They are looking to snap Mike Tomlin's streak, 15 straight seasons without a losing record, and for the Steelers, it's 18 straight seasons without a losing record. All of that is in the balance on Sunday at Acrisure Stadium. So for the Browns, what do they have to do? Well, when they've got the ball, they're going to be going against one of the toughest defenses in the NFL. With T.J. Watt back, last year's Defensive Player of the Year, the Steelers have been one of the top defenses in the league in every category since his return in Week 10. In fact, for the season, Watt is worth about 8 points and 100 yards per game for their defense, which is astonishing. They triple sacks. They have triple the takeaways with Watt in the lineup. They're 7-2 in those 9 games. They were 1-6 without him. He is back, and that's good news for Cam Hayward, who has 6.5 of his 8.5 sacks this season in the 9 games with Watt. They got Alex Highsmith as well, who has 12 sacks and 5 forced fumbles, highest in the league. And on the back end, the great Minkah Fitzpatrick headed to the Pro Bowl once again. He has 6 interceptions to lead the league. So this is a very difficult defense. And so the key for the Browns is to make sure they are in third and manageable situations where they have run-pass options. And that's what they did in that first game. Jacoby Brissett was so efficient, over 100 quarterback rating on the day. Nick Chubb over 100 yards. Amari was over 100 yards. Chief 89 and a touchdown. And being in those third and shorts, that allowed the Browns to be in situations and avoid, more importantly, the situations where it's third and long, obvious passing, and the Steelers can just come get after the quarterback. That's how they get their game-changing sacks and their game-changing turnovers. When the Steelers have the ball, they're going to lean on Najee Harris. Since their Week 8 bye, they have had the second most rushing attempts in the league. For Harris, third most rushing yards in the league. They're going to run it. It's going to be very similar to the Commanders. Stop the run on early downs, force their quarterback to be in obvious passing situations. And the Steelers as an offense in general have just 11 passing touchdowns. That is the fewest in the NFL, 6 of them from Pickett. Remember, he didn't play last time. It was Mitch Trubisky. So what you want to do is get him in those third and longs. He's averaging just 6.1 yards per attempt. That is the fewest in the NFL this season. So get after him. He doesn't really have the arm to drive the ball into tight windows to really throw it down the field vertically. So you have an opportunity to pressure him in those situations. Myles Garrett, as we know, 15 sacks on the season, needs 1.5 to break his own record for the most sacks in Cleveland Browns franchise history, as 16 is the current record. He could get to 16.5 in this game. But that's really it. Win the turnover battle. The Browns 5-0 this year when they do. 2-9 when they do not. Pretty simple. And then it's going to be about third downs. And obviously you also want to see Deshaun Watson continue that strong play that you saw in the second half against the Commanders when he went 6 of 10 for 146 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a quarterback rating of 148.3. The Browns have opportunities, lots of new career highs also in the offing in this game on the offensive side of the ball. Nick Chubb can set a new career high, can become the second running back in Browns history, joining Jim Brown to rush for more than 1,500 yards. The next touchdown for him would be a career high 13th. For Donovan Peoples-Jones, a touchdown would be a career high 4th this season. Amari Cooper already has a career high in receiving touchdowns set last week. He needs 81 yards for a new career high in receiving yards. And for David Njoku, 3 catches, 54 yards for career highs in those categories. So it's been a very, very good season for the Browns. Ultimately not going to end the way we want it, but you can go into this offseason with a lot of momentum, a huge win on the road, a season sweep of the Steelers, the best record in the AFC North, by the way, at 4-2. This could be a wonderful finish to what has been otherwise a sad season for the Browns in the sense that they won't get to continue into the postseason, even though we feel like right now this team's starting to build some momentum. So a lot to play for. We'll have full coverage for you beginning at 10:30 a.m. on News 5 and, of course, at 9 a.m. on the University Hospitals Cleveland Browns radio network. The Browns and the Steelers. Week 18, playoffs on the line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Doesn't get any bigger than that, folks. So be sure to tune in. And thanks, as always, for being with us all season long on the game preview edition of the 2-Minute Drill, brought to you by University Hospitals.